live. I'll just wait for it to come up on my computer, just making sure that it's absolutely gone live. Seems to be waiting for 8 o'clock. Anyway, let's just see. Yeah, there we go. It's kicking in. Hopefully it's going to catch up very shortly. Well, welcome everyone to this week's live stream. Really good of you to join me. And I should turn my volume off on my laptop. That would help as well. Right. So where have we got to? What are we doing this week? All those good questions about to be answered. So I have been working on the rock work. I've got some filler laid down, and it's quite good. It's set well. It's got a lovely sort of texture to it. There's possibly places I need to touch up a little bit, but generally speaking, I think it's looking really, really good. I've gone over the wall a little bit so that it blends in a little bit better, and I think I'm quite happy with that. So tonight my plan is to work on the two remaining buildings on the top, the King's Hall, which of course Steve mentioned last week on the live stream, and then we're going to do the tower as well. Once we've done that, then I'm going to basically paint the top, the ground cover that is left, and I'm going to sand that all down. So PVA and then sand, and then I think we're also going to do on the hallows. We're going to do a sand trail as well, so that we can see that there's sort of some sort of pathway within this area. So that's the plan for tonight. If I get all that done and there's still plenty of time, then I'm not sure what I'm going to do then. I don't really want to get the filler out tonight. I got so fed up with the filler just doing this one piece. I haven't started the other side yet, and I need to do that. But yeah, it might be a few more buildings to stick on the walls on the other side. We'll wait and see. Good evening, Steve. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Your ears must have been burning because I've already started talking about you and your comment last week about what was it, about the hallows? I think we were talking about. So yes. Anyway, right. Let's jump straight to start tackling that great hall, or hall of the Kings, whatever it is, whatever it's called. Now for this, there's going to be a center hall, and then these four columns next to it, and I can't decide whether to do those individually and stick them on the side, or whether just to carve it out. I think carving it is the best option. So I need to find some foam. I think that's going to be about the right size. Apologies while I just get this a little bit closer so that we can start to mark it up and cut some pieces that are going to make up this. Right. So how is everybody's week been so far? Everybody staying cool, and I'd like to say what is this heat, but to be fair, it hasn't been that hot yet. I don't think. I could be wrong. It doesn't feel particularly hot to me yet, but I think there's still time for it to get warmer. What we got there? 18 mils. Let's go 18 there. We'll build up double width. Perfect. Happy with that. Lovely. And of course, the question for those watching is, what are you working on tonight? What's on the workbench? If you've got anything on the workbench, maybe you don't. Maybe you are just chilling out, having a good evening, and maybe, I don't know, got got a drink in hand, whatever that might be, whatever your poison is, and you might just be watching along to keep me company, which is greatly appreciated. Or maybe you have decided to put something on the workbench to work on while listening to me ramble on. Who knows? But whatever you are doing, whatever your plan for the evening, thank you very much. It's very much appreciated you joining me. Cool. Right. So now the question is, I've got these piled up. Is that going to be too high for what I want? So part of me says no. Part of me says that is really high, bearing in mind we're talking 2 mil is 6 foot. And this is currently sat at about 20 mil. That's a lot of sixes. That's 10 of them. That's 60 foot high. I just don't think this building would be 60 foot high. So then the question is, do I just do it as 1? Yeah, so much smarter. Oh, I do absolutely make a good old pickle of this from time to time. Is that more square? Is that a better one? A bit wide? Yeah, okay, I'm going to use that piece. Right, so let's make the columns 6 foot wide. Seems really keen, but got a funny feeling like 2 mil is not actually going to be that big. So we're just going to do these to look. So maybe 3 mil, I think. And here we need 3 mil there. So that gives me a good angle. Right, what's Steve say? Good, thanks. Getting up to the low 30s here Friday to Sunday. So not looking forward to that. Working on some 40k orcs for a change. Picked up a copy of 1914 by Great Escape Games last weekend. Now I have seen that on their website, but haven't actually played it. Haven't even heard anybody else playing it. So I'm sure people do, of course. But I'd be really interested, Steve, to hear what you think of it, because when you get around to playing it, because that could be quite cool to hear about. What interesting you should mention. Oh, then accidentally purchased a BF army from Packers. Yeah, easily done. I have seen the BF army for Bacchus, and yeah, it's quite nice. I've actually wondered about doing some World War One in that 6 mil scale. I think that could be quite fun. But yeah, interesting, really interesting. And it's funny you should mention Great Escape Games, because I saw on Facebook today that they have released their new MDF kits, terrain, for essentially what looks to be sort of that interwar year with Peaky Blinders. So yeah, really pleased they brought them out, because they are pre-printed, which looks cool. I'd absolutely love it if they send me over some copies to review. Not expecting it, to be honest, because probably it's more expensive to produce than the plastic forth. So I could appreciate that it's easier and cheaper to send out a sprue or two of plastic figures to review, whereas sending out MDF kits is perhaps a little bit more expensive on their part. So I completely understand if that is the case. What I will say is I'm actually scratch building some terrain for Peaky Blinders. And I am tempted to pick up 1 or 2 of their buildings to see how they fit with my terrain that I'm building, but we shall wait and see. So, and the fact that they've teamed up with Sarissa, who is the company I bought the printed paper off of. So I've got all the printed papers from them, and I printed off a bunch of some of the brick paper to use on my terrain. So I think it'd be quite interesting to see how it matches up. Now, I've been absolutely going on once again. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need 5 lots with gaps in between. It's 25 mil. 20 mil divided by 5 is 5 mil. But that's no gaps in between. I have to work that out. 1914 looks like a good starter game, and looking to work up to either Square Bashing or Great War Spearhead. Now, I've played Square Bashing. One of the guys brought it down to our club when it first came out to demo a game, and I wasn't as keen on it. But then I'm not I haven't always been as big a fan of grid games, although saying that, Strength and Honor, obviously, I do enjoy the grid work from there, and it means you're not having to measure. Great War Spearhead, I've heard lots of good things about online, so yeah, I think there's some good choices there. And 1914, Start of the War, is I think probably quite a fun period to game before it gets to that stalemate of trench warfare. So yeah, I think that sounds cracking, Steve. I think hopefully you'll really enjoy that. Excuse me. Right, let's see if I go 3 mil. So these are 3 mil square. 3 mils there, and 3 mil is there. There, 3 mil there. Let's do some cross hatching for now. Do apologise if you guys can't see what I'm doing. I am just marking up the bit of foam. I think you probably can see it, but just to give you some understanding of what I'm working on. And what I'm planning to do really first is just to mark out the column, or the supports, these bits on the side. Ideally, what I'm going to do is find that 3 mil is perfect to have 5 with some gaps in between. Let's measure the center. So what did we say? It was 25, which is 10 and 2.5. So that's center there. And if I put the center of 3 is 1.5. And we're going to go there, and we're going to go there. It does feel very fiddly, but obviously the detail part here is quite important. What I am concerned about is how I'm going to get another 2 in the middle there. Now, what's the spacing we've got? We've basically got 7 mil. So take 3 out, that leaves 4. That's a 2 mil gap. So 2 mil, boom, takes me to that point there. So we are looking at some very, very fine cuts. That's what I will say on this. Right, I'm just going to make some cuts here. I have to hope I've got this about right, but should be able to many cuts, many cuts, and then hopefully we will just get this to pop out like so. Result. Okay, brilliant. There's the first one, and it's looking all right. We're doing all right. When I said, "Oh yeah, I might get more done tonight," apologies. I'm not sure I am. Cool. That's a lot further back. Actually, I probably should have drawn a line here, shouldn't I? Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's better. If I actually cut the line on the bottom a little bit better as to where it should be, then we'd actually have a fighting chance. Anyway, moving on. Let's look to get these two done. So that's 2 mil there. Oh yeah, that 2 mil there. 2 mil or 3 mil there. Good. So we're actually probably going to have it right there. Right, now I've got to remember which bit to cut out. Whew. Lovely, right. So let's put a cut down there. And a cut there. And we'll put a cut across there. Brilliant. And that's that. So that's there. Perfect. And there's another one. So that is four pillars done. Yep. Brilliant. Right. Let's just get this one done. Sorry, I'm so focused on this at the moment. I have not really been talking much. Now, I had a conversation with my wife the other day, and I said, well, I'm not sure whether I'm going to do the live streams or not. Still haven't had any feedback from you guys. So obviously, if you do have some thoughts about whether you enjoy these live streams, whether I should keep going with them or not, do let me know, because that would be really useful. 25 is 13. That's that. That's that, and then 1.5 is there. So that's there and there. I don't know whether. I mean, this is definitely easier in some respects to prepare for, and actually sort of do, for want of a better phrase. I suppose the only thing is that it doesn't seem as popular. What was I doing? That's actually 8. So I need to go out 3 makes 5, so that's 2.5. 2.5's there. 2. Right. Let's go. Cool. So yeah, do let me know when I'm here, but it is, as always, up to you. Yeah, appreciate that, Steve. It's very kind, the support. I don't know, it's one of those really difficult ones, I guess. Like in some ways, yeah, it is up to me, and sometimes you have to start small, and the community will grow, hopefully, around you. But Yeah, I don't know. I know the videos tend to be more popular than the live streams, and I don't know whether that's just because people are more accustomed to watching um, videos. And one of the channels I follow, he predominantly now, he used to just do predominantly videos, but I think with his life and the fact he's got young children now, it's easier for him. He does it full time, to be fair, but it is easier for him to jump on and do a live stream than it is to record a video, do all the editing and all the bits like that. So I don't know whether that, might be a good reason to go, well, actually live streaming means that your content's regular. I mean, he sometimes is putting out two live streams a day. He is a football sort of focused YouTube channel, which means, certainly during the transfer windows, uh, he's often putting out multiple videos a day, which is crazy. Stuff like that he does as well as a live stream after the game, because in some ways it's probably easier for him, but don't know. Do you know what I do know though? Is that I got caught up with my good friend Mark on. Oh, I didn't even know what day it was. We caught up Monday night. I think it might be Monday night. We caught up, and just really nice to catch up, have a good chat. We worked on some. He had me cutting out some of the Warlord ancient epics, some of the Celts, which was good fun. I haven't really done any figure building in a while, and I did say to him, I said, one of my plans, I think, once I've finished Minas Tirith, is to go back to the German Fallschirmjäger and get that platoon finished off. I think that is my plan. Just as it's a bit of a change from what I'll be doing, from what I have been doing. But also, I think it'd be nice just to get that project finished. It was one of my aims at the start of the year, so it'd be quite nice to get them done. Of course, one of the other aims was it the Peaky Blinders stuff? I'm not sure whether that was an aim now. I'll have to go back and watch that video so I can remember what my aims were. I know one of them was Contact Front, Falklands supplement. I'm not sure whether I'm going to get that. Whether I'm going to get that done this year now. We're now in July. I just don't have the time, and it's really. I do find it very hard work to find the time. I wonder if I should cut a strip of that out. I think I might be clever here and just add the roof on top. He says, I'll try to be clever. I think that's a better. I don't need it to necessarily be particularly high. Let's give this a whirl. Okay, let's try this. Whoa. Right, let's cut that. Whoa, that is me giving it an absolute chop and a half. Oh, that might have just ruined it. We'll see. Might end up going for the other half. There we go. There we go. And then the question is, which half do I use? I think that is looking probably the best. Right, next thing is cut the ceiling. Or not the ceiling, the roof, the apex of the roof. All right. Yeah, okay, that might still be all right. Got another piece if I need to. Oh, no. Don't. Right, let's try this a different way. We're gonna. Okay, I think I might have just about recovered it. And it's lost the front a little bit. Let's turn that around, see if that's a bit more pointy. Yes, brilliant. Right, so we'll put that pointy end that looks less damaged at the front. We'll then stick that up, and I think we have got ourselves, I don't know how well you can see that, but we have a, I don't know what we're calling that. Steve, can you remind me, is it the, can't remember what it is. I'm sure Steve will come to the rescue as he always does. Right, let's get some glue. Thanks, Steve, appreciate that. It turned out to be a little bit easier than I was expecting. I really wasn't expecting it to be quite that easy. Glue down and King's House, brilliant. Thanks, Steve. See, I knew you'd put us on the straight and narrow. Cool. Right, so that roof can go on the King's House. Yeah, King's House. And then we will put some glue and we'll put it on there. And that really leaves us only one other building to do this evening, which I'm quite happy about. It's always nice when you just get a bit of a win. Now, what I will say is, and I'll apologise to everybody now, because I was talking like I was going to get loads done tonight, and once again, we've not. But yeah, that's taken me 26 minutes to get to this stage. So, now, to be fair, that's not bad going. Could have taken me much longer. So, we'll count that as a win. Right, so let's get some pins in there. And that is quite, it just is, it's just standing out quite nicely. It's got a good look to it. So yeah, happy with that. Take that as a win. Perfect. Right. That is that. So the next thing that I need to do is to build the tower. So this tower definitely looks quite the shape. It looks like an octagon, or it's not a pentagon. What is a six-sided shape? Because it kind of looks a bit like that. I'm really tempted to use this. It's probably twice the height of the... Oh, that fell over quickly. Right, I need the tower to be essentially double the height of the building. All that half. Let's get the ruler out. Look at that, 15 mil. So we want a 30 mil tower. That's doable on this piece. Let's get that marked out here. Cool, happy days. Right. Bit of a cut. Perfect. Happy days. Right. I'll do like that. That's a good cut. Now I've got to work out what shape. I've learned over time to double any estimate on how long things will take. Yeah, 100%. Right. So if we reckon this needs to be a six-sided tower, and it's Champering in ever so slightly, I think. So we're going to go one on this side, one there, one there, one there. Oh. Hexagon. I'm calling it as a hexagon. Oh, it's where I massively embarrass myself because I can't remember my names and my shapes. Fantastic. Got to have fun, haven't we? Got to have fun. Right. Perfect. There is one corner off. Let's do another corner off. There's another one off. 2 down, 2 to go. I find that, Steve, with projects that I'll go, oh yeah, I'll get that done in a matter of weeks, and then a matter of months later, I'm still going. I mean, we are on live stream part 8 tonight. We've been doing one a week. That means this has been going on for 8 weeks, 2 months. Yeah, and the problem I find is that my motivation starts to wane, and that's, I mean, I don't know whether that's before or after the audience's patience has waned, but I mean, yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Right, stick that on there. I think we're winning. There's lots of ornate bits. I think ultimately I'm going to draw them on. We're going to put it that way around, and I think it looks like it's going to sit just there. Now there is this other bit next to it which should come out sort of here and go down here, and I don't know whether to put that on or whether that's just asking for trouble. It's a simple building, which I could do with this quite happily. I think I might do that, and then there's a tower that goes down to the next bit. We'll see. Well, let's get this one on first. The what is it? The white tower, Steve? I think you said. It's obviously blue at the moment, but we'll look past that detail. Right, stick that there. That looks like a great place for a white tower. Or a tall tower. I think it could just be called the tall tower, but no, I think, if memory serves me correct, Steve said it's called the white tower. This is where he's going to say, no, you're wrong. Your memory's rubbish, which it is. Not going to lie. It's a miracle I end up getting here on the live stream each week. Cool. Let's just put one in the back for good measure. So if you're going to stab something, make sure you stab it in the back. Anyway, right, moving on. Let's see what we can do with that piece there. So I think, oh yeah, lovely. Let's do a little bit of a cut. I'm going to cut a piece out, basically. That's my plan. Cut a piece out so that we can then slot it right up against the wall, and the top bit will sit sort of on the wall. And if we have to cut a piece out of the wall, we'll do that. Cool. Right. We can always use that for something else. Right. Let's see how we get on. Right. This piece is too tall. Okay. Righto. Need a little bit more off. Oh, that's it. Need to cut myself. If you're going to do these things, better do it right. Perfect. Let's cut that piece out. Well remembered. Yes, look at that. Thank you, Steve. is points to me, and I think I'm going to end up cutting a little bit out of the wall. So let's go for it. Why measure? Why cut twice at once when you could cut multiple times? And I'm doing this blindly. Can't even remember where I've cut it. Fantastic. This is going so well. You'll be pleased to know I'm not a heart surgeon. I'm not a surgeon at all. So if you're worried about my hobby knife skills, don't panic. I only use them on terrain, not on humans. Right. Cool. Happy days. Right. So let's stick this. Oh, did I cut it in the wrong place? Yes, I did. Okay. I'm gonna have to turn this a sec, guys. Really sorry. So I need to get this upright. Cut that bit out of the wall. Brilliant. Lovely. We love it. Perfect. Right. So that's going to sit there. That makes that part there. And now, according to this, I need a tower sort of piece that's going to sit down there. It's about the same width, maybe a little bit more either side. So we'll eyeball it, because why actually measure? Yeah. And height wise, we're going to measure from about 15, a little bit more, 55 mil. I think we're going to go for here. Well, that is actually all the way down to the bottom there. Brilliant. Love it. Perfect. I have to say, this has been quite the project. A lot of just give it a go, see what happens, learn some lessons on the way, and hopefully it's not too late to make sure it's not wrong. Right, let's cut off a few of these corners. More sort of just beveling the edges, I think we'll call it. Actually, at this point, it's now just hacking the corners off. All I'm trying to do is actually just round it off so it looks more tower-esque than square. And we're getting there. It's not working too badly, actually. There we go. There we go. Lovely. I actually am quite happy with how it is coming out. Yeah. And I just thought has occurred to me that really I do want to say a huge thank you to everybody who's on the live stream, who watches, who, obviously Steve and Rob make a huge contribution in terms of the kind of comments that they leave that keeps making the conversation tick. But no, a massive thank you to everyone who's supporting my channel, because it is the motivation I need to keep going, because there are definitely times when I go, is anybody actually interested in what I have to say? Is anybody actually watching? Why do I bother keep going? And so, yeah, the motivation has been brilliant, really helpful. So I do really, really appreciate it. Now, slight issue, the wall's in the way. I think I just need to somehow Now I've rounded it off, so I don't actually have a straight line. Going to cut a bit off to flatten the back, so that hopefully it can sit against the wall. Cool. Is it gonna? Yes. You know what? I'm gonna take that as a win. That is that's not too bad. So next thing I need to do is just to get these bits stuck down. It just brings a little bit more interest to that part, I think, because that wall on the model is pretty bare. There should be maybe some supports along it. I'm not sure I'm going to bother with that. What I could do is use some of the 3mm insulation foam and cut that into strips and stick those on, so you get these sort of buttresses. I might do that, to be quite honest, because that's nice and easy to do. But I think, yeah, this looks really good. So trying to remember where it all goes. Let's stick some glue down, or paint some glue down. And then once I've finished this bit, I'm going to move on to sanding, because it's what I said I wanted to get done tonight. And that is my goal. Oh, got in my mouth. Sorry, that was inappropriate. Right, let's paint this bit here with some glue. Lovely. Ooh, sorry about that. That was a bit loud. Right. Not sure how well you guys can see, because of course the camera is quite a way away. I shall try and bring it a bit closer, but I just want to. Oh yeah, see, the angle I've cut that doesn't mean that it sticks particularly well. It looks great from the front, but it's actually missing the thing that it's supposed to be sticking to, which is a little bit worrisome. But I think, as things stand, a couple of pins should do it. Did I go through something? No. Yeah. Well, I went through the bits I was supposed to. Good. Right. I think one down here, one into here. Go on. Why is it pushing against the wall? I do not understand that. Oh, it's probably because I've come out the side or something. Right, let's just put a second one in there, and we'll call that good. Right. Now we've got a bit of height on that. Really pleased with that. Let's get gluing and putting some sand down. And I'm going to be using the fine sand from the sharp sand. We're just going to paint all this bit along the top here. I think that's the plan. We're going to texture it, because what I will do once I've painted everything is I'll then paint the top of brown and then add in some flock over the top. So let me just get my sand. We've got about 15 minutes to go, which is plenty of time. I think it's gone fairly well tonight. I think we've certainly achieved most of what I wanted to achieve, and I think we will get this all wrapped up in the next 15 minutes, all of the bits that I wanted to achieve, and obviously put this extra building in as well, so extra tower and building. So I think I'm quite happy this evening with the way it's gone, and now it's just getting the last bits here. Ooh, I don't want it on the wall per se. I do want it on the top. And hopefully this will work in for two reasons. A, it'll look right, and B, it will seal it. So that when I do spray, and I will be spraying obviously with a spray can, that's my intention. But the idea is that the glue, because it's Mod Podge, will just act as a sealant, which will save the foam from being eaten alive by the, and I get this wrong, but basically in an aerosol can, there is something as part of the spray. It's a chemical that does something to it, and it eats foam alive. And Steve's going to come in, I'm sure, and tell me exactly what the chemical is or what it is. I'm not a scientist, in case you have not quite worked it out yet. But it's definitely true, because I have absolutely sprayed foam before, and it's gone horribly wrong, and my foam has disintegrated. Oh, I've got a bit of the roof there. I mean, to be fair, I really need to seal everything up here. But what I don't want to do is put glue on a bit that shouldn't have sand. Let's get around here, do this bit here. Cool. Right, I think that's going to do. I'm good, but I'm not that good. Oh, well, thanks anyway, Steve. I appreciate that. Could have just exited stage right there, but no, you did try. You came up with at least something, so really appreciate that. Right, so sand is going on. It's doing the job that I want so far, as in it's looking the part. I am going to have to empty this out. I can hear it falling. I don't want those little stones, which is really a pain in the backside, but we'll just do what we can. Oh. Problem is, the stones are basically the size of some of the figures, so I really don't want them in there. And if they are going to be in there, they need to be really low to the ground. Especially the bit that I'm going to be landscaping. But it's not going too badly at the moment. Actually achieving this fairly well, so we'll keep going. Oh, that is a big stone. See if I can get that out. Nope, nope, nope. Got it? Yes, good. Good, and covered that up. Lovely. Yeah, lovely. On the side here. And I think that covers that. Right, brilliant. Now, the mess. I had a tidy up of this desk just the other day. You never believe it looking at the state of it now. Right, let's move this all out of the way, and let's do an upside down. Good. Right. I think that is not too bad. I think that's where we want it. So we will definitely going to have another clean up, guys. Shocking, really, isn't it? Right. So the next bit then is to make this path, and we're going to go. Oh, I forgot the lower level. Got to do this lower level down here. I don't know whether to do that all now or whether just to do this bit. It's just one of those ones, isn't it? Just do it. Just do it. Don't muck around. Don't go, oh well, just do it. Ugh, get all the glue off this paintbrush. It is bad. Anyway, that's not what you're here to watch, but I just thought I should mention that I really should clean this paintbrush. Anyway, right, lovely, good show. Good show, old chap. Right, let's get rocking. Lower level, let's go. I'm actually wondering whether I should have some sand on the bridge or whether I should just leave it as sort of, it's going to be a stone colour. Don't know. I'll think about that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Should the bridge be stone or should it have some sand on the top? Like it's got sort of a trail. There will be a trail coming from the bridge up into the Hallows, which I've got to work out where I want it to go, but we'll cross that bridge. Huh, no pun intended. We'll cross that bridge now, I think. So we're going to go from here and we're going to work our way up here. And we're going to go from here. Yeah. I think I'm also going to have a little bit of a path coming up here as well. Pretty rocky, to be fair. There's some higher, big elevation there, but I think that might look kind of fun like that. Maybe somebody's tried to go down there. Don't know. Good old storytelling. Got to have some of that in there. All right, so this one's going to branch out here a little bit, sort of to the edge of the rock face, and then it's also going to weave up between these here, and we're going to come up here, and then we're going to work our way along to the entrance here, and we're going to weave our way back here, and then we'll just finish up in this little area here, I think, on the top. Perfect. Right. Let's make it happen. I think stone. I think Steve. That's a good shout. And as you're the only one giving an opinion, I think we'll go with that. Let's go with that. Right. Let's get some of this fine sand back that I need. There we go. Let's go in there. Oh, that's a big boulder. That's essentially a cave troll stood there. We don't want a cave troll on our road. Oh, he's fallen over. He's been drinking too much. Right, and let's go up the path. We're going to go over this way a little bit and up there. Perfect. And then we're going to come along here. Oh, I've got more cave trolls. More cave trolls. Let's work from the end. Right. I'm liking that. I am liking that. So we're going to, this time I'm going to try to, it's not going to work. See if I can get it back in. Oh, we did get one stone in. Minas Tirith is taking off. Right. And how about that? I'm not sure how well you can see that, but we have got a winding path, and we will ultimately, what will we do with that? We'll basically, my plan is to put filler around the rest of it, so you get that top textured textured landscape, which looks very mountainous, really. I might even do it with a dry brush, so it comes out a little bit of a sort of a lighter stone, or a lighter gravel, to get that effect that people have been walking around. Brilliant. Apologies. It's always good when you get to the end of the live stream and realise for the last hour you've not had a drink. Anyway, right. Well, I think I said this last week at the end of the live stream. I said it really feels like it's starting to come together. And I think I was going to add some extra rock work on the sides. And I still am going to do that, but I think I'll probably end up doing that off camera. But I think it's really starting to come together. The rock work at the front here shows what it will look like. The rest of it here. So I think that's really encouraging. I think the walls are fitting in really nicely. The buildings that I've got so far on there are really good, and the extra ones on top have given it an extra feel. And it does. It really feels like it's starting to come together. The landscaping sand that I've put on this evening also just really pulls it together, and it gives it more life. Particularly that Hallows bit. I think that looks really, really good. I'm really sorry you can't see it on camera. Do check out, shameless plug, but check out my video update on Sunday night, where I'll be doing a lot more close-ups. Now, I've got tomorrow. I don't know how much time I'm going to get tomorrow, but then Friday, I have to drive up to London and pick up some friends of ours that are coming to stay for the weekend. So I'm really basically have got some time, maybe tomorrow evening, to do a little bit more on this. I'm not sure, to be quite honest, whether I'm going to have the energy, because work is absolutely kicking my butt at the moment. I am covering 3 people's work, and I just don't have the brain capacity, let alone the energy, to massively come home and then get into this again. So it might be that I don't get any further than this week, and I do apologise for that. Obviously, going into the start of next week, I think I might just get back to those buildings, just finish this side, and then try to get the rock work done on this side, just to finish off this area here, the main keep. And then it's all about rock work. I might even get those extra bits of rock added on next week, early next week, or maybe even tomorrow. Maybe if I could get those done tomorrow, if I can glue them into place, I could always Friday morning come in and just cut them to shape. I'll probably need some filler to sort of blend them together, but that's easy. Part of the reason I'm doing it is because when this wall comes round, I want it not only to connect to this bit, but I want something for it essentially to glue against and to stop it hanging out. Although we'll obviously be using Steve's technique of scoring it with a pencil to get the curve, and if I can do it in one big curved piece rather than 2 pieces or 3 pieces, that would be definitely beneficial. But that is probably still a few weeks away, because we've got to get the buildings on this lower level. We've got to get the buildings on the lower wall. I've got to get the rock work done. I've got to. I'm going to need to put all the filler on this as well, and I'll leave just a small chunk down here. But yeah, just feels weeks away yet still from being finished, which is a bit frustrating. And that's, the easiest bit will be once I've finished it all, just to put some sand on the base at the bottom, probably paint it brown, maybe flock it, and that'll be that. But yeah, this is it's been rolling on. I think this is probably this is going to be 4 months, I reckon, by the time I finish it. I reckon I've already done 2. So, well, what can I say? Thank you ever so much to all of you for your support, for following it along, for keeping me going. There's definitely days where I'm like, do I just give up? Do I just go on and do some other videos for a bit and just do something completely different? But I just think if I do that, I won't be back to this for another year. And I just don't. I want to get it finished. Because I want to put it on the table and play some big games, some big Pelennor Field games. So Yeah, you're welcome, Steve. I'm glad you are considering it entertainment, because that is that's kind of the whole aim of it. If it's not entertainment, then I don't know what it is. Um, anyway, I'm going to stop rambling then. So what's coming up? Video on Sunday, and that will be out at 6 p.m. British Standard Time, or GMT, depending on what you call it. And then I'll be back next Wednesday with the next live stream. I'm not quite sure what I'll be doing next week, but I will have a think about it over the weekends and think about, what I can get done prior to it, and what I can and what I'll do on the live stream. So anyway, guys, thanks ever so much again for all of your support. Have a fantastic rest of your week. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you all again next week for the live stream. And take care.